Why did you decide to get into umpiring? What about being a part of the game attracted you to wearing the blue?
Uniform, getting yelled at?
Yeah.
Um, I've grown up, or I played Little League as a kid. I mean, in my family growing up, sports was huge. My sisters played softball, I played baseball.
Mm-hmm.
So Little League's always been there. And always loved it, enjoyed it. Got out of high school, played baseball in high school. And after I got out of the Marines, I was coaching at a high school in California, so I still coached. And then my youngest son, when he was able to play, uh, quit coaching at the school and started coaching him ever since he was 6 years old till finally he was too old to play Little League anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Started playing for the school. But I wasn't done. I still liked it. And I had a guy, Mike Kincaid, he chewed me out one time for not knowing a rule. And I didn't know who he was. I was like, who is that guy? Turns out he was a district administrator. And I went home and I looked that rule up just to prove him wrong. Because he came up to me after the game and says, Coach, you're wrong. It's such and such. So I went home and I read it and I was like, damn, I'll be damned. He was right. So I went back and I told him, hey, appreciate that, blah, blah. And he says, more coaches should learn the rules instead of thinking they know them.
Yeah.
So he was given a clinic at the Armory, and I went to it and just got really interested in it. And I was like, that I could do that. I could start umpiring. So I started umpiring since, I didn't have no more kids to coach. And loved it. Help from Mike. Mike's the one that really pushed me, like, hey, you want to get better, go do that, because what you think you're doing here might be good here, but you want to see how you're really supposed to do it, go there and find out. So I do that, and Kel, our league president,
Yeah.
a really good guy. He sent me last year. The league paid for me to go, and they sent me to a week-long clinic in San Bernardino, and the league paid and sent me. Kel sent me, actually. And I just came back and gave a little class and kind of showed everybody, hey, well, here's what we're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
Or this is what they showed me at Western Regional, so I'm going to show it to you guys. And then Mike was good enough to come out one night, a couple nights actually, and help me show everybody,
So talk to me about, when did you find out that you were going to be able to go to Western Regional?
In January, I found out.
What was that like when you found out?
How
did you feel?
Unbelievable, because I've gone to the tournament the last 7-8 years. My son and I have gone. My dad lives out there. We meet out there and spend the weekend out there to the tournament. And it's unbelievable. I mean, anybody that's never been, I recommend going, and you'll be in love with it. And you just look at it, and it just draws you to it, like, I want to do this. So that kind of pushes to go to the classes and
Mm-hmm.
try and get better. And you have to submit your name every year. And you get picked. And I had received a letter, but it was concerning some other certificates that I was working on. So when I opened it, I was just like, oh, they answered my thing, no big deal. And I remember throwing it down on the counter. I'll get to it later. And then later came that night, and I opened it. I started reading it. I'm like, holy crap, I couldn't believe when I read that. I'm like, because I've heard some people it takes a while to get, 8-9 years. And here, 5 years, 6 years, I got it.
So what, do you have any aspirations of doing, higher levels?
I do. I wanted to do high school.
College,
I did.
Pros,
and I've talked to other guys that umpire at the high school level, and they're like, yeah, you need to get out there, And I was going to do it this year, and, I felt bad because I told them last year I was going to, but with the job, I couldn't get away. And then this year with the county totally encourages you on working with the community.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can do it this year. And then I got the letter from Western Region that I was picked to umpire the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I can't go do high school now, man. I've got to stay on the small field because I need to work on the Little League field, not the big high school field, where the mechanics are different.
Yeah.
So I knew this year I had to stay down. So
after this year,
hoping
next year we're gonna.
I'll kind of ease into high school because my son's a senior, so I need to go to his games. But at the same time, I still want to do. I have fun doing Little League.
Yeah. Talk about that a little bit and giving your time and what that's like and what that means to you. To
I get that a lot. I get a lot of people tell me, even my people in my work that I work with, they're like, man, so they pay you pretty good? And I'm like, no, I'm not getting paid. And it's like, you're using your vacation time? I'm like, yeah, 8 days, well, 10 days, but only 8 of them I'm using. And like, so you're gonna burn 8 of your vacation days to go there and not get paid. And you talk to all these kids, and the one thing I won't say I don't like, I try to discourage, and it's hard because during the regular season, hey, Ray, what's going on? They all talk to you. Hey, you can umpire a game? Hope you umpire a game, which is great. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's part of why you do it.
Mm-hmm.
When these kids start talking to you and they liking you, they ask for you, you build a good relationship. At this level, now I'll see these kids in junior high, and I'll see them in high school playing, and when they get to high school, like, yeah, I remember him. I coached him, or I umpired his games.
Mm-hmm.
You get that.